How y'all doing? This is Rob Burnham, aka Preacher Man R&B in the Snow of So Retro TV 91. This time I'm reviewing Flash Season 4, Episode 12. What happens on this week's episode is Barry's trying to get Big Sur out of prison. The reason he's trying to get Big Sur out of prison is because we find out that Big Sur really didn't do the crime that he was accused of committing to get himself into prison. So Barry has Team Flash to look into it and try to find the person who really did this crime. Come to find out, the person who really did this crime is the meta that they had to face that with. And the meta that they're facing is Dwarf Star from the comics. And he can shrink down any item and make it pop back up to regular size. So he's stealing all these things using his powers and making them look like figurines in his house. And then putting them back like as big as they're supposed to. And then selling them. And we find out that he's the one that killed this guard that Big Sur got accused of killing. So Barry tells Big Sur that he might be getting out of prison here soon and getting Big Sur's hopes up. Well, come to find out is the guy, Dwarf Star is the guy who did this, but he won't confess to the murder. So Big Sur's still stuck in prison. But Barry uses his powers at the end of the episode to get Big Sur out. What Barry doesn't know is there's a camera right beside his cell, and the warden sees Barry using his powers and knows that he's the Flash. Now Barry's in the same wing as all the metahumans, and he can't use his powers. And the warden calls the metahuman that was after Caitlin, I think Omnic Black, I think that's her name. Anyway, he calls her to sell Barry to her, and we'll see what happens with that. What else is happening is Joe's fiance gets powers because of her pregnancy, and she can read mind. And Joe is feeling distant from her because he's had to hide stuff from her, like he used to have to, and he doesn't want to do that. So she doesn't promise that she'll stop reading his mind because she doesn't know how it works right now. But she's going to try to be there for him and try not to do it all the time or whatever. And what else is happening is Cisco and Ralph get shrunk by this guy, Dwarf Star, and they have to jump into the line of fire of his powers to get back to regular size. And they do this by reaching into Professor Wales, H.R. Wells' pocket and Henry and whatever, and they get hit by the beam and get back to normal size. And that's all that really happened on this week's episode. My question for y'all is, now that Barry's captured, what's going to happen with it? As always, Preacher Man R&B signing out, guys. It's awesome. It's been another episode of Retro TV 91. See y'all next time.